Good morning, everybody. We just released our financial results for 2024. I'm here today with our CEO, Ignacio Madridejos. Thank you, Ignacio, for being with us, and congratulations on another great set of results.
No, thank you, and congratulations to all.
How would you summarize this 2024? What are the main highlights of the year?
2024 has been a very good year for Ferrovial. Very good performance in all business units, with all of them growing both revenues and EBITDA. In the case of North American assets, very good performance also, with revenue per transaction growing well above inflation. In the case of our construction business unit, we reached a 3.9% EBIT margin, that is above the target that we defined in our Horizon 24 plan. And also in terms of cash, we ended the year with a net cash position of 1.8 billion euros. Several milestones achieved during the year. In May last year, we were listed on Nasdaq. Also, we acquired a 24% of IRB private InvIT, that we take a direct participation in toll road assets in India, a very good platform to grow. And also, we rotated mature assets like Hydro, that we sold 19.7% of Hydro in December last year. Also, we updated our CO2 targets, reduction targets, in order to be aligned with the 1.5 Celsius degrees trajectory according to a science-based target initiative.
Let's move into toll roads. You mentioned the good performance of all the North American assets, but could you give us some color on the different assets?
Yes, for instance, the 407 improved the traffic all times of the day compared to the previous year. Revenues grew by 14%, EBITDA by 15%, and we implemented a new tariff increase the 1st of January of 2025. In the case of our North American managed lanes, all of them improved the revenue per transaction well above inflation. And Dallas-Fort Worth area will continue adding new companies, continuing improving, increasing the population in the area, and with that, the mobility. And two of the assets are still affected by construction, LBJ and NTE, but even though they had a very good performance. The I-77, also very good performance, improving both traffic and revenues. And the youngest asset, the I-66, well, this is still ramping up and had an excellent performance in terms of EBITDA and revenues, supported by traffic, especially during peak time of the day.
Airports. Let's talk about New Terminal One at JFK. Amazing. I can see it when I travel to New York, and you know that the market keeps following this asset closely. What can you tell us about that?
Well, it was a good year for NTO2. The physical construction now is 60% of the total, and we achieved very good milestones like watertight during last year, and also we energized the new terminal now. In terms of negotiation with airlines, so we are moving ahead with 10 contracts with airlines, 6 letters of intent, and we are also negotiating with many others. 2025 is going to be a critical year for the New Terminal One, because we need to start to integrate systems. We need to coordinate a lot of players that are going to deliver services in the New Terminal One, and also hopefully closing some of these negotiations with different airlines that we have today.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Let's talk about cash. Closing the year with 1.8 billion euros, as you mentioned at the beginning. That compares with 1.2 at the beginning of the year. What are the main drivers for that cash?
Yeah, also was a good year in terms of cash generation, and it's a combination of two things. On one side is the dividends coming from our infra assets and the rotation of mature assets. On the other side is investments and distributions to shareholders. In terms of cash dividends coming from our infra assets, well, it was a record dividends, 947 million euros that we got from our infra assets. First dividend from the I-77 and I-66. Now all of our North American assets are giving dividends. In terms of rotation, also was a good year, as commented previously, with the sale in December of our 19.7% of Hydro. Also, we divested 5% of IRB in order also to invest again in the country, and also other smaller divestments that follows our policy of rotating mature assets that have more value for a third party than to us. In terms of investments, also was a good year. We acquired the 24% of IRB, the private InvIT in this case, with the direct investment in the toll road assets in India, a platform to grow. And also we continue investment in NTO that last year was close to 500 million euros investment in the new Terminal One. And retribution to shareholders also was a very good year with 831 million euros. Part of it is also retribution from 2023, but it was a good year. And on top of that, the repurchase of shares of 272 million euros also last year. And we announced that we are increasing our targets for the period 24 to 26, that now we are adding 500 million to reach 2.2 billion euros of distribution to our shareholders in that period of time.
Yeah, that's amazing. Finally, what's next? So what can we expect this 2025?
We are very positive about 2025, delivering our strategy, especially the focus on growth. And we have a unique pipeline now of managed lanes in the US. We have been pre-qualified for the top end in the 285 in Atlanta. Also, soon we'll know the pre-qualification in the I-24 in Nashville. And we have other 4 managed lanes that will be forbidden in the following year. So it's a unique pipeline in this type of assets. Also, NTO, as commented previously, is going to be a critical year with many things to deliver during this year to open the terminal in 2026. And we'll continue talking to new investors that are attracted by our assets growing above GDP and inflation, and also the pipeline of assets with similar characteristics to the ones that we have today. So very optimistic about 2025.
Can't wait for it. Well, thank you very much, Ignacio.
Thank you, Silvia.